and what happens is in the land acts as an antenna. You can hear all the little birdies up and down that's on the 20-meter band. That's all you hear.
Jim points out the interference isn't limited to amateur radio, but also to some police and fire frequencies.
So public safety in, say, El Dorado, Arkansas is still using 47 megahertz. That's what they're going to hear.
BPL, of course, isn't the only issue before Congress. In the offices of Representative Michael Bilirakis of Florida, the discussion is about the Spectrum Protection Act. This would guarantee that if the FCC takes frequencies away from the amateur service, it must give back frequencies in another part of the radio spectrum.
We know that the FCC opposes the bill. I suppose the reason is they don't want Congress telling them what to do.
Another topic was ham volunteers.
If we were to put a dollar value for each hour of volunteer work that amateur radio has done for the whole nation across the country, it'd probably amount to billions of dollars.
Any history that you have in that regard to supplement and to complement somewhat 9/11, those days and whatnot, can only be very helpful.
Congressman Greg Walden of Oregon is another ham. He's in a hurry on his way to a floor vote.
I had an interesting meeting with some power folks on that broadband.
I'm curious about what happened on that.
And, they're telling me they've got some technical capabilities to shield it all.
Right.
And I've been working with
the
radio guys.
I'm not from Missouri, but show me.
Meeting over, Walden had to run back to the House chamber and take part in a roll call vote. There are 24,872 registered lobbyists on Capitol Hill vying for Congress's attention. So when Jim Haney and the ARRL go to Washington, that's what they're up against. But according to Senator Michael Crapo of Idaho, there is a shortcut to get the attention of your congressman or senator, and it is within every voter's reach.
There are literally hundreds of issues, and every senator and every member of Congress focuses on those issues which their constituency tells them are of importance to them. And that's why my job in getting attention on amateur radio issues is significantly aided when the amateur radio operators around the country will simply get engaged and contact their members of Congress.
So there's the message. Ordinary citizens must get involved. We really, can orchestrate change. The ARRL has been down this road before and has succeeded on behalf of all amateurs. What about BPL? Well, in the end, politics won. The FCC ignored the scientific evidence and authorized broadband over power line anyway. But it is a tribute to the ARRL that it has succeeded in obtaining safeguards. It ensured that amateur radio operators and other spectrum users are protected from harmful interference. And it persuaded commission members to require the quick resolution of interference cases. You may not always agree with the ARRL, but the League does deserve credit for always representing the interests of amateur radio. The ARRL needs our support now to preserve amateur radio for the future. I'm Walter Cronkite, amateur radio operator KB2GSD, and that's the way it is.
This is WA0EYJ, Salvation Army Net Control.
West Creek Fire, K0HBZ.
It appears to have jumped the fire line and the backburn that they did yesterday. Smoke is becoming rather intense, and the ash that's falling out has gotten more intense also. Over.
The fire is just right over this ridge here behind me. It's starting to get close. WB0TUB.
Well, the sheriff came through a few minutes ago and advised to stand by to evacuate at a moment's notice.
Roger, copy, and telephone status unchanged?
Roger, no telephone. If I had not been a ham radio operator, I don't think I could have been anywhere near as effective as I have been. It has just been a blessing. Amen.